All right, ladies and gentlemen, check this out, man. This is the weekend performance review, sharpening my skill set. I'm just showing you guys how I'm doing what I'm doing on a consistent basis. And this was Monday on gold. 15-minute time frame is where I start, and I'm gonna show you guys how I went ahead and caught this trade. So as of right now, bro, there's really nothing to go ahead and like capitalize on. You know what I'm saying? There's clear wicks to fill to this upside. We're really just this clear wick and this clear wick to this downside. You know what I mean? But look, check this out. 2 to 215, this is what happens. Bam. Big bearish volume. So that shows me what price is trying to do. At this point in time, this becomes first target, and then this here becomes second target. Clear wicks to be filled. You know what I mean? Wicks to be filled to the downside. Price just closed 2 to 215. 15-minute time frame, price is clearly bearish. You know what I mean? The sellers are displaying big volume. You know what I mean? Now, with this being said, I have a rejection, and we're gonna check what this is coming off of here, possibly coming off of previous zones of supply. And then same thing here. I want to see what is this coming off of. You know what I mean? This exact bearish push, I want to see if this is coming off of some type of lower time frame supply. With this being said, come to the 1 minute time frame, scale down, and obviously we see that here we're not coming off of any previous zones of supply on the 1 minute. 3 minute time frame, same thing here. 5 minute time frame, same thing there. Now, with this being said, let's see what this is overall coming off of, right? Because we've been bearish ever since touching this specific zone here. We scroll to the left, 5 minute time frame, we see we are coming precisely off of previous supply there. So tie everything in together. We've now rejected 15-minute time frame. We rejected off of previous M5 and previous M15 supply there, right? Rejection off of previous supply. Price is pushing down. Buyers exhaustion here. As you can see, sellers are now in control. And then here, this is the basically the signal that the sellers are fully in control here. With this being said, there's clear gaps to the downside. Sellers have already tried to push to these levels in price here, right? Now, with this being said, now these guys are in control. So look, supply is just going to take me here. With this being said, I'm fully expecting this next candlestick to open and create its next upper wick. With this being said, that's 2 to 215. 30-minute time frame as well, rejection candlestick. You know what I'm saying? And big bearish rejection candlestick off of previous M15. With this being said, 15-minute time frame just closed like so. 5-minute time frame. Okay. Understanding that this next upper wick is going to be formed on that 15-minute time frame. Price can possibly come up and use this zone of M5 supply as a possible entry. 8-minute time frame. I also have 8-minute supply in confluence. 10-minute no zones of supply. 3-minute time frame, there is supply above. And then 1 minute time frame, it's important to take note of the fact that there are no equal highs. And I have this zone of M1 supply, 1 minute supply, for price to possibly use to reject off of, while simultaneously creating that higher time frame upper wick. With this being said, let's watch this play out here. 1 minute time frame, we know price is going to create that upper wick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 219 to 220. 5-minute time frame, nothing crazy. 10-minute time frame, nothing crazy. 8-minute time frame, nothing crazy. It's 212 to 220, nothing crazy there. 5-minute time frame, continue to watch this play out here. This is 220 to 225. 15-minute time frame, we could kind of see how this is wanting to close here. We're yet to touch any zones of supply though, you know what I mean? So I'm not really trying to force anything. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 minute time frame. 5. Now keep in mind, this is 229 to 230. 15-minute time frame. Let's see how this closed. Once again, closes bearish, but fact of the matter is, I never closed off of a zone of supply there. You know what I mean? If I would have closed this rejection candlestick precisely off a previous zone of supply, then it would have been entry signal. But that has not happened. So I'm still looking for this next upper wick to be formed. This is now 215 to 230. Let's see how this 30-minute candlestick closed. This is looking beautiful. Now look, I have this prominent zone, prominent meaning a strong zone of supply, 30-minute higher time frame supply, already in my favor there. Look at this, bro. We're rejecting off previous zones of supply. Clear wicks to fill to this downside. 30-minute time frame, sellers have been in control this whole time. 15-minute looks beautiful. No rejection off previous supply, unfortunately. Scale down. 5-minute. Now I have this minor zone of 5-minute supply as well, right? But I'm not going to jump the gun yet. 1-minute time frame. It's important to always note that there are no equal highs. You know what I mean? So this is 430. 3-minute time frame. I also have this 3-minute zone of supply in my favor as well. So let's let this 3-minute play out. Okay, look. Price taps this, automatically rejects off of it. You know what I mean? But there is no chance to go ahead and capitalize on this as of yet. Now this is 330 to 333. This here, 333 to 336. Let's see how this 5-minute had closed. This 5-minute closes like so. Once again, just another rejection off of this previous zone of supply. Now this is in the process of closing here. Check this 8-minute out. Ooh, this is 228 to 336. This is gonna be 35 to 40. So let's check how this closes out here. 28 to 36. No. This is how this closes. 228 to 36. Closes like so. Bam. Now this is a rejection candlestick, 8-minute rejection off of previous zones of supply. 10-minute time frame is looking okay. This is 230 to 240. I'm sorry. 5-minute time frame. 35 to 40. 3-minute time frame. This here is 33 to 36. All right. I've already closed like this. 330 to 333. Rejection. Price comes up, taps this 3-minute supply as well. 1-minute time frame. Let's watch this play out here. Boom. I'm already, look, this is the entry right here. Sell limit. Bam. Shorts. 15-minute time frame. Now watch this. Watch the anatomy behind all of this. I'm gonna tie all this in together beautifully, masterfully. 15-minute time frame, rejecting off previous zones of supply. Clear wicks to fill to this downside. Sellers try to push price here specifically and here specifically. This is where price tried to close, could not close there. Buyers came back up, couldn't get it to close. Sellers show that they are exactly in control here. Now I got that higher time frame 30-minute and that lower time frame 5-minute zone of supply that closed at 330, right? 225 to 330. 225 to 230, I'm sorry. 5-minute supply. Price comes in, taps it, rejects off of it. This here is still in the process of closing. 235 to 240. Now check this out. 3-minute time frame. When you come here to 233 to 236, price taps M3 supply. Then I scale down again. I'm already inside a 3-minute supply. I scale down again. This is 336 to 237. 236 to 237. I'm inside of that previous zone of M3 supply. Price touches it, gives me a bearish reaction already. Now this is coming off simultaneously previous M1 supply, previous M3 supply, and rejecting off of previous M5 supply already. With this being said, bro, still in the process of closing here. 10-minute time frame. I'm shooting for this full wick to be formed. 5-minute time frame. I'm fully confident in this setup here. 100%. 3 minute time frame. Looks clean. Already rejecting off previous supply. Lined up for a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. 15 minute time frame is going to close like so, right? And I'm not scared of this next upper wick being formed. You know what I mean? I've already taken that into account. 30 minute time frame looks beautiful as well. You know what I'm saying? So I have one nice 1 to 2 lined up here. Precise entry is at 37, 36, 236 to 237. Now watch this. Price taps the entry. Bam. Once again, I got that previous zones of supply protecting me, so I'm not scared of anything. 240, 241. Bam. Nice melt in my favor. Nice push in my favor. Let's watch this play out on the 3 minute time frame. Now I have 3 minute supply in my favor. New 3 minute supply in my favor. Price makes that push again. This here is 251, 254, 254, 257, 5 minute time frame. Let's just go ahead and watch this play out here. I already have that 5 minute zone of supply in my favor as well. There we get that rejection. I'm gonna look for that push into here. Bam, there it is. Nice 1 to 2, just like so.